Welcome to WA This Week. This week I wish to demystify how gas royalties are collected in Western Australia and why I oppose a 25% federal gas tax. Now, gas in WA is largely the domain of two massive multinational companies, Woodside and Chevron. Each maintain gargantuan operations. They have invested, without government support, many billions into these projects for which they understandably seek a healthy reward. And I agree with that. Existing gas fields in WA are largely divided into two categories. Firstly, the North West Shelf, dating back to the 1980s, operates out of North Rankin Complex, Goodwin A, Angel gas fields. These are about 125 kilometres off the Karratha gas plant. The North West Shelf projects, they had royalties collected by the Commonwealth though at about 10 to 12% of wellhead value, and they were shared 2/3 with WA and 1/3 with the federal government. But then Canberra introduced a petroleum rent resource tax, or PRRT, a 40% profits tax, which they offset those royalties. But now we have the remaining gas fields, which is more interesting. Woodside's, Pluto's, Chevron's, Gorgon and Wheatstone, and soon to commence Scarborough. Now these second lot of projects pay no royalties to either state or federal government. That's right, zero. They only pay that PRRT 40% to Canberra. Now, do I blame the gas companies for this farcical situation of zero even shared royalties for these new projects? No, I blame the government of the day, which is the Labor government who's been there for 10 years. It's their role to adjust the state agreements. Labor is now totally the party of big gas, big unions and big business. They have had ample opportunity to adjust the royalty settings. That's why I also oppose a 25% gas tax, because a federal tax would simply siphon off West Australian gas wealth to, let's say, Tasmania and South Australia. West Australians, do not be lured into a Canberra gas tax. Royalties are from resources and they belong to the states where the gas is drilled and processed here in WA. So let's be clear, we need a better WA royalty, not a Canberra tax. Why did WA governments roll over and not demand an ongoing royalty for the people of Western Australia? I have no explanation except they must have been very poor negotiators. Now it gets worse for Labor with regard to the domestic gas scheme, or DomGas. This was a social initiative whereby Woodside and Chevron were required to provide 15% of the gas for West Australian use, homes and businesses. It's reticulated through the privately owned Dampier to Bunbury pipeline. Sadly, Woodside has not lived up to its side of the bargain, with just 8% of their gas being delivered. It's not an annual requirement. Providers simply have to provide their share over the whole project lifetime, so they could back-end it. I think Chevron and Woodside should have a hard delivery mandate to deliver that 15% gas to industries and homes in Western Australia on an annual basis, and it should be provided at a cheap and reliable rate. Let's not forget, the gas, it's owned by the people of Australia or Western Australia. It's processed through plants on West Australian land. Surely, at the end of the day, this is a resource owned by the people of Western Australia. I'm Jonathan Huston, member for Nedlands.